Hi, my name's Ben Drummond from Ion Sun Valley, and recently I've heard a lot of people saying that the youth in America hasn't been hunting nearly as much as they used to. This isn't the case for my family. In my family, I was taught how to hunt, my brother was taught how to hunt, and it's been something that's been passed down generation to generation. Recently I went out with my close friend Colton, who's a young hunter, and my brother Jake, who is also a young hunter, to get a quick insight into the future of hunting.
It's about 30 minutes before sunrise. About half a mile into our hike. Just sort of waiting for the sun to come up. Hi, my name is Colton Weatherly. I've been living in the valley for about 20 years now. I've been hunting since I was about 12 years old. We woke up at about 5:30, went out Croy Canyon on our first day of our deer hunt. We chose to go out Bullion Canyon because I knew of a spot that not many people knew about that was just a short walk to. Looks like deer. I'm just seeing two toes in the dirt. It's a good sign. When we got to Bullion Canyon, we decided to take a bike trail that just crawled out about 3 or 4 miles. On our way out, we decided to stop in this valley to take a peek around what we could see. That morning, though, we ran into about 3 different groups of hunters, so it wasn't looking likely that we were going to get anything in that valley. So the plan is, we're going to go right around this corner in this next hill. Just going to take our time and sort of shimmy up it. That way we can get a good angle on the next valley. When we were scoping the valley, we saw a group of deer just across another ridgeline that we decided to pursue. We ran into them, but they were just moving too fast, and I couldn't sit down fast enough to get a shot off on them. It was far too late by the time we got to them, and they crawled over the ridgeline. After we spooked off the deer, we decided to turn around and head back to see if we can cut them off in the next canyon. On our way back, we had about 5 ridgelines to cross, and in each ridgeline we kept running into groups of doe, which is a promising sign that maybe we could find a buck. After running into one too many groups of doe, we decided to give up on the canyon, and about 200 yards away from the truck is where we ran into a couple of bucks. After running into them, they were running down the canyon. We decided to drop about 100 yards down into the canyon to cut them off and see if we could get a shot.
Got him. He's gonna drop.
I was finally able to drop down, get a good look on the deer, and take a shot. He dropped almost immediately, no sign of struggle, and a very quick end to his life. When we got down to the deer, we drug it to a flat spot and prepared it by field dressing it and getting ready for it to be packed out. Once we got it, we sort of realized that we were in a bit of a pinch because we didn't have enough people to drag it out. We decided to cut it at the very end of its back to make it a lighter load for the group that we had to carry it up the mountain into the truck. Once the deer was ready to be butchered and processed, we decided to make some roasts, some steaks, and a lot of hamburger to feed the family for the whole year. The advantages of hunting when you get an animal is you get quite a bit of meat off of them. A deer can produce anywhere from 70 to 100 pounds of meat. Makes you go to the store quite a bit less. Plus it's really good and rich, rich meat, really good to eat. Oh yeah, it's great exercise, but it's also just an experience to go out into the woods, not look at your phone for a day, just hike around, especially when you have a buddy. Yeah, I've gotten a couple of deer now. I've gotten about 3 in the past, 5 years. That's when I really started getting into big game hunting. For me, it's mostly about getting as high as you can, as early as you can. That way you can see into the valleys. Like when we started, we were a couple ridges over. We were probably at 7,000 elevation, I'd say. We got to see deep into the canyon. That's how we spotted the deer. I also hunt bear, wolves, elk whenever I get a tag, and deer. And I also, in the wintertime, I do some duck and geese hunting. I've gotten a goose, I've gotten a duck, I've gotten a deer, I've gotten a coyote. That's not really a big time hunt, but other than that, I've yet to get a black bear wolf or a elk. My first deer hunt, I was with a group of my dad's friends. It was right after he had gotten injured on the job, so he wasn't really able to be out there with me. But he was at least, in the canyon with me, but he wasn't able to hike much. But we went over this super tall mountain ridge, looked down into a canyon, got a shot off at a 3x3. Very special moment.
Hi, my name is Jake Drummond. I'm a local youth hunter here in the valley. I'll tell you about the turkey hunt. So we crossed the river at Heller Bar, which is on the Washington side. We went over to the Idaho side, and we knew where there was a flock of about 200 birds. And they live in this little pocket of trees, and we'd sneak around in there, set up. We did all sorts of things. First time we went up there, whole flock was right there, and we had to start shooting. I think we got 1 or 2 birds out of that. We each had 3 tags, because you can get 3 tags now for the fall. And then we set up one night on their roost, and they came in, and I think we got a bird out of there. We were getting them left and right. It was pretty fun. So I've been hunting around here my whole life. There's a good deer season around here, general, over-the-counter tag. I've killed a good amount of decent bucks around here, but last year I really put the work in and found me a pretty nice deer and shot the biggest buck I'll probably ever shoot in my life. I put it in for the sportsman's contest down south and won a shoulder mount. That was pretty great. And this year, so I started bow hunting a few years back after I killed a few things with my rifle. It was my 2nd year bow hunting this year, and I was able to put down a pretty nice bull right there. That was pretty great. I mean, it was a fun experience. Never really hunted that hard in my life, so really kind of tested me. So this town, it's notorious for a lot of people moving around here, and our units around here are great. They have there's some really good deer genetics and elk genetics in them, but the fish and game, they see our unit as just a general tag over the counter. They don't really put much work into it. They sell hundreds of thousands of tags every year, and all the deer get overhunted, all the elk get overhunted. It's kind of sad. They should have more rules about it. And with a lot of the tourism around here, a lot of these animals, we have cheap non-resident tags. A lot of them get hunted for sport. Just not how we do it around here. I mean, we go for big bucks, but a lot of people just see the first 2 point they can and shoot it. So usually when I kill an animal, we cut that thing up and we use all that meat. We make good burger. We deal with it really well, and we know how to deal with it. A lot of these people that come around and hunt here should just be basic knowledge that you're going to respect the animal and know what to do with it after. Just because you watch the videos and see someone kill an elk and they're all high-fiving doesn't show them trying to kill themselves on the pack out. So if you're going to hunt around here, know what you're getting into. And so my dad taught me how to hunt probably when I was at a super young age. Passed it down to me, showed me all the gun safety stuff, everything I need to know. And his dad taught him, and his grandfather taught him all that. It's how it goes around. That's how hunting that's how it's been for years. It just gets passed down. But so I think learning how to deal with an animal and how to hunt an animal should be passed down from older generation to generation, not from a YouTube video. That's just my opinion. It's been great talking to you guys about turkey hunting and hunting all around this valley. Hope to see you guys out there, just not in my spot.